X-Men Gold #1. Written by Mark Guggenheim, art by Adrian Siaf, inks by Jay Leiston, and colors by Frank Martin. Okay, so when I did my first issues on X-Men Blue, I wasn't overly impressed, but it wasn't a bad comic, so there's a plus. But can Mark Guggenheim get the distinction of having an X-book I want to continue reading from the get-go? God, I'm really hoping so. Well, right off the bat, we get a new We Hate Mutants group, the Heritage Initiative, and their director, Lydia Nance, talking about how it's totally not bigoted or prejudiced to hate mutants because they're human beings of mass destruction. I want to sigh, but yeah, when it comes to going for politics, the best group to do that with is the X-Men, so, well, he has a point. But we then say screw it and go to the Gold team, which is Nightcrawler, Old Man Logan, Storm, Colossus, Rachel Grey, now going by Prestige, all led by Kitty Pryde, who surprisingly isn't going by a codename, as they battle Terrax. Mostly it's the same sort of setup that most team books have, showing everyone doing their thing, saving babies and teamwork the baddie into submission. Though neat that Kitty phases a whole skyscraper, I guess. But then we get the overly dramatic Marvel crowd. You know, not cheering them, even calling Kitty an it, and just really hammering the point in a bit strong, don't you think, Googie? Yeah, I may never call Mark Guggenheim Googie again, don't worry about that. Then we go to a baseball game where Old Man Logan is sentimental, but hey, can't get too heavy since a dude from the mayor's office comes in with their bill since they relocated to Central Park, mansion and all. Then there's a talk between Storm and Nightcrawler, which basically goes, hey, maybe we're returning to our roots since we're outcasts again. And we also learn why Rachel's going by Prestige now, since her last names were too rooted in the past. And then, of course, someone is attacking the UN building in Manhattan. It's the newly formed Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. First off, they were just the Brotherhood of Mutants, and the good guys called them the Evil Mutants, but hey, splitting hairs, cause everyone who's evil has to know they're evil. So this book really wants to be the next foot forward for the X franchise, obviously. It's set at the mansion, and it rehashes way too much to go, see, the past is prologue. Short answer of everything is, does it actually do that? Yes and no. It does it better than X-Men Blue, to say the least, because there's no super, hey, remember the big thing that happened? Well, sort of, since it really does go into Kitty Pryde's history in a very abridged version, like her being trapped in a bullet through space, or being with the Guardians of the Galaxy while she was dating Peter Quill, or even having a moment of Colossus going, hey, want to have some pizza? Just you, me. And this could be because I've been focused on the Psych teams more than anyone else, cause I'm a Psych boy or whatever Cyclops fan are called. Are there even enough of us to warrant a sub-fandom? Anyways, while Blue went and tried to go, here's the past, let's see how that plays, this is about taking the next steps forward. But there's absolutely no subtlety about it that really sort of hinders his book. I mean, there's moments of work that totally awesomely well in this, such as the baseball game, which is something I liked way back when, and I don't necessarily dislike yet another group of We Hate Muties causing some problems. But my God, you can't just shove it all in there all at once like that. You gotta eat us in. At least not without lube, man. Now, while I know I say that a first issue should be more than just an action beat and give us a reason to follow these characters, but maybe, just maybe, this was too much character and not enough meat. I mean, yes, we get a lot of character moments, but there's no real hooks to go, oh man, I want these characters. It's all general explanation, with the action not being gripping and no legitimate plot going forward. I mean, there's an action beat to start us off against Terrax, then there was downtime and talking, and then the random last 2 pages is, poof, new Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. They seem to have a new Pyro, Avalanche. I think the hooded figure is supposed to be Mask, or whatever that Morlock who liked being a dick to people's faces was. A lizard guy that I probably should know, and that looks like Magma from the New Mutants. Odd, but hey, Sunspot's running an Avengers team right now, so whatevs. And I'm totally going to say that this book is not bad. It does have good art, good writing, but I think this is definitely going to be a trade read for me. It's the closest to breaking down my scorned X-fanboy wall that I think that it will get better. This issue's largest problem stems from trying to go, here's where we are right now, rather than being gripping enough to proceed into the future, as it were. Should I really hold it against him? I mean, this is X-Men Gold. By the way, you really lose your naming system when X-Men Blue has nothing to do with the Mansion team and X-Men Gold is supposed to be the Uncanny version. So why didn't you just call it Uncanny X-Men? My verdict is that this is definitely a solid read it. Read it means, well, you should read it. It's got good writing and some good art, so it's all about personal taste on this one. I'm going to be checking out the next couple issues, but we'll see how it goes. But let me know what you think of this comic. Was it the best way to to continue the X-Men's run as Outcast, or did it try too hard to look back without giving us a reason to look forward? Let me know in the comments below, on my Twitter, or on my Facebook page. Links to that in the description. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other two channels, ComicSins and A Comic a Day, for even more comic book reviews, discussions, and fun. Please become a patron to support the channels, and soon we'll be able to actually afford a real editor so I can get my vids out and have real editing throughout these. Woo! And as always, stay golden, Inklings.